Obviously, a great day for Husky football as one of your own is now going to be competing in the next level. Tell me a little bit about Bryce Johnson, the player. What was he like on the football field for you guys?
Well, Bryce has, been an extremely competitive and diligent worker. So he came into our originally as a freshman. Probably only about 245 pounds. Now I think he weighed in at 308 or something like that here in his senior year. He's been a little bit heavier, even at 315 and 320. And just really, it's his work ethic, no nonsense demeanor of how he's approached things, and certainly has developed his skills in his time in our program.
Now, I know a lot of people, when they play football, it's their dream to go try and play in the NFL. But when did Bryce come to you and say, "Hey, Coach, this is something I want to do. Can you help me?"
I think as he started to see some success here, certainly as a junior, particularly had built himself up size-wise, and the scouts certainly, when they start asking you, put names out there and provide them film from the NFL, and then they come back and draw that interest. So then this past year, obviously, we had numerous scouts come through our door and do interviews with Bryce, and then certainly when he had a junior day, he tested out very well for being a kid at 312 pounds and moving around and doing the things that they look at in the NFL. Certainly from a structure of foot movement, flexibility, and then some of the other things, just arm reach and some of those things that naturally Bryce possesses.
What are some of the things that Bryce needs to work on, in your opinion, as he gets ready to compete at the next level?
I think the big question mark, at least from all the scouts coming through, is being a Division II player. The big question mark they have is the competition you have across from you week in and week out is not going to be the same, obviously, that you have in an NFL camp, or certainly on a game day if you get there. So it's just whether can you compete in the day in and out skills, and be that tough NFL lineman that's durable and get after it every day. That's the key points that I think would be the question mark that the scouts have brought up.
Now, did you have conversations with Bryce after you heard the news that he's going to be going on to the Dallas Cowboys organization?
Yeah, Coach Patterson had talked to him, and then just received a text here the other day as well when he got all his information. I think the key thing that we're excited about for him is that, there's numerous ways that free agents are offered onto squads, and for his is that he already knows that he'll have the mini camps coming up here in May, and then he'll also be retained as part of the 90-man roster as they start going to their true camp in July. So that's a big piece that you won't be cut. You're at least guaranteed to get into camp, not be cut before that time.
Now, Bryce is just, I know another player, Fred Williams, you've had him compete and be offered a chance to compete at the NFL. What does that say about your program to know that, he's one of a few different athletes that have come through your doors that have got camp tryouts?
Well, I think, certainly throughout our time at St. Cloud State, there's been guys that got into camp and like that, and I think Bryce and Fred being the last two have had great opportunities and to showcase their talents. And, we're excited the young men are able to represent certainly within our football program and then have that opportunity. So, I think you've got two really good people that have worked hard in the system and, developed themselves certainly in our program, but and done all things outside of it to make themselves better.
My final question for you, Coach. Did you give Bryce any advice as he was getting up ready for the NFL draft this past weekend, and then just advice in general of trying to make it to the next level?
Well, I think, we visit with enough scouts to know that, the only chance of probably being drafted would potentially be in the last round. He was most likely going to be a free agent, but I think the key advice was that, when you procure an agent, which he did because Bryce graduated semester. You just got to be careful in who you give as an agent, and try to be a little bit selective in the teams that you look at that fit your skill set. And I think that for Bryce, that's it. And when he had a chance to go down the Gopher Day, just go down there and turn it loose. Don't feel intimidated because when you run around what guys were Division I, you can compete at that level. And it appears he took it to heart because he trained hard and from the time that he left here in December, he was with a workout group and agent in Indianapolis, and came back stronger and probably, the ability to compete in the test that they wanted at a high rate.